And welcome back to Daily Wrap. Before we jump back in, let's jump on board, shall we? Newsmax wants to send one lucky couple on a 7-day Silver Sea cruise to the Caribbean this winter. Holmes wants in.
Get in on this.
Well, let me tell you how. Obviously, Amy, a luxury cruise in the Silver Wind is the trip of a lifetime. To win, you must enter our sweepstakes. Visit newsmax.com/sweepstakes. Amy's literally writing it down right now. To enter, that's newsmax.com/sweepstakes. Oh, we said we'd read some comments on the air, by the way. We got one
Can I ask a
before. We
question?
got several.
Do
you also throw in a hot boyfriend to go on the cruise with me?
Yes, we do. And his name is Unger.
Oh!
But Rick is happily married.
Mrs. Unger might not appreciate that, you know?
Maybe Rick's grandson.
And she watches. My grandson's a little young. He's 20 months old.
No
Both
Yeah, what do we got?
I'll see about the guy. I got some
Okay,
single
thank you.
friends that would be right up there, actually. Yeah.
And single.
He's just
absolutely.
kidding, dear.
Yep. No. Very,
No
very,
green card wives hiding in the closets.
very successful, very disease-free guys. They're perfect for you, believe me. Anyway, let's read the comments, shall we? It comes from WLD Wolf 68. I wonder if that was the year he was born. Interesting. The Supreme Court should have kicked back to the states and kept their noses out of it. We, the people, should have had a vote on it. This is shoving their beliefs down our throats, 4 exclamation points. I think this reading the Constitution as you see it is bull crap. Rick Unger.
May I respond to our viewer who was nice enough to comment? I'm being very serious. I want you to go pull out a copy of the Constitution. You can find it online or whatever, and I want you to actually read the 14th Amendment. It's very simple to read. You'll understand it immediately
Equal
and
protection under the law.
implicitly. And what it says is exactly what you were addressing, which is the states must go along with the Constitution, and that they should not have kicked it back to the states if, and only if, a constitutional right was involved. If equal protection was involved, if there's a constitutional right for all people to be married, then it can't be kicked back to the states, and that's what the court ruled. So it would have been wrong under the 14th Amendment for them to do that.
Listen to him, Mr. Wolf. He's pre-med. Pre-law. What's the difference? Okay. It's potluck time. This is part of the show. We go around our table and share our favorite stories of the day. Lisa Jandovitz got the whole library girl thing going. Looking tremendous, by the way. It's Friday.
It's the branding.
It's Friday.
We
Branding.
flirt. We already got Amy going on a cruise for the guy. She doesn't know. Go nuts.
Well, PBS has a series called Finding Your Roots, where they take celebrities and they look at their ancestry. And there was they aired a show in last October in which Ben Affleck was the guest. Well, what they found was that Ben Affleck had a relative who was a slave owner, and Mr. Affleck did not want this divulged in the show, so he pressured the host and executive producer not to put that in the show. And the host and executive producer was trying to decide what to do. He actually conferred with Sony's CEO, who advised him, yeah, okay, you know what, you don't have to go ahead with it, but make sure that this doesn't get out because it could be kind of tricky. Now, they also found that Anderson Cooper, who had been a guest, Ken Burns, they also had slaveholders as ancestors, and that was included in the show. But as the host and executive producer, who is, and I don't have his name right here, Harry Louis Gates said, Ben Affleck is a megastar. So I guess Anderson Cooper and Ken Burns were not. So they did not put this in the show. PBS did not know about this. It was found out through the Sony email hacking. This whole email thing was discovered. PBS pulled the show in all forms of its distribution. It's on hold right now. I say kudos to them because it goes to everything in terms of ethical journalism, the integrity of PBS, for this to have been done. And you know what? If Mr. Affleck didn't want, everybody has skeletons in their closet, then he should not have been on the show. But this is something that cannot be. It totally went against everything that PBS and journalism
we're all
stands for.
bobbleheads right now.
Yeah.
Affleck should be embarrassed.
I agree with that, but it's sort of it's a liberal mindset to believe that if you had some great grand relative who was a slave owner, that somehow reflects on you personally.
It's not a liberal mindset. I'm liberal, and I wouldn't mind if they told.
No, but I'm saying that, and I I've had this experience with Mr. Affleck of meeting him in person and him, discovering that I was a conservative. I was working for Senator Frist at the time, and him telling me that I must be self-hating, that as an African American, yes, as an African American woman, how could I possibly have conservative values and work for a
Did
Republican?
you say I'm not self-hating, but I'm not crazy about
and
you?
I suggested to him that your politics are not genetically encoded. Clearly, he believes they are because he wanted to hide about his own
I have
relative.
no idea. I mean, I was rooting against him before as
Now you're
Batman
really gonna- what are you
because
gonna
he's
do?
going to destroy that
I've
franchise.
actually never told that story publicly, but there you go.
That's great.
By the way, you have to love the irony of the CEO of Sony thinking you can keep anything quiet.
That you can keep it quiet. But one other thing is that
Great point.
the host of this show, and the executive producer said when he issued an apology recently, said, "My whole career has been on improving race relations and starting. This would have been an opportunity to do that for Ben Affleck."
He's an
then.
idiot. You're right. I mean,
Ben
just
Affleck,
because
yes.
his grandfather, whatever,
What does
was
that
something.
mean?
What's it got to do with him?
It has
Exactly.
nothing
This
to do
shows
with
you Mitt Romney was right about PBS. Shouldn't get tax dollars. You don't deserve it. Okay. Anyway, when we come back, it's yay or nay time, happy time. Stay right there. Do not go anywhere.